the maximum gusts. Now, that doesn't happen until late tomorrow. Here's how the storm shapes up. It comes off the Cuban coast. Look for the white circle. That's the circle of 100-mile-per-hour winds lower Keys, anywhere from Big Pine Key to Key West to maybe the Dry Tortugas. And you move that up into the Everglades. Everglades not really water, or even slightly offshore from the Everglades. The Everglades will enhance this thing, because the same thing that happened to Wilma. Wilma actually got stronger on the way to Fort Lauderdale because it hit the Everglades and the water was so warm. That was years ago, but you get the idea. It's called brown ocean because even though it looks like dirt, it's not. It's water. And then you go Atlanta, Augusta, Macon, you will see wind gusts somewhere in the 60 to 75-mile-per-hour range. We're expecting wind into Jacksonville, Savannah, Charleston, all the way to Myrtle. We're expecting coastal flooding here, also coastal flooding all the way back across parts of southwest and west Texas as well, or west Florida as well, as we will begin to see this storm finally move away sometime during the day on Tuesday. Anderson.
Chad Myers, thanks for that. We're going to check in with Chad really throughout this hour and obviously all throughout the day. It's just crucial to try to follow this storm as closely as possible because as you saw this morning, a lot of people woke up today and suddenly the storm had moved further west. That meant a lot of folks who maybe thought that they had dodged the worst of it or were going to dodge the worst of it in Tampa, in Fort Myers, in Naples. They woke up today to a different reality, and that's the reality a lot of people are facing here right now and trying to decide, do I continue to stay in the area that I'm in my home, or do I try to now make it to a shelter nearby? They're opening up more shelters in this county, in Collier County, but there are a lot of people waiting to get into a shelter. Drew Griffin is standing outside the Germain Arena. Drew, that's off Highway I-75, and how many people, when last we talked to you, you were saying there, by just estimates or guesstimates, several thousand people may be still standing in line.
Yeah, I'm going to say there's maybe 2,500, 3,000 still in line outside the arena. We came to the front of the line. These people have been waiting here on average 4 hours, 5 hours. Very long process. We tried to see what the holdup was. First, they had to make sure it was staffed. Then they got to make sure they know who's in here. You'll see people holding pieces of paper. That's their registration form, one for each family. They need to register, declare if they have any special needs, any kind of thing that might be made aware of the medical staff. Also have to figure out what to do with their pets, get the rules on that. But this line, Anderson, as you can see, it just goes down around this arena, wraps all the way around the side of the arena and out into the parking lot. People are being patient. In fact, let's just walk ahead, guys. Let's walk ahead, straight ahead. I'm going to come to this guy here because he's got an interesting story to tell. You're here with your whole family, right? How long have you been here?
7:30.
7:30 in the morning. So
yes,
you've been in
this line. Woke up at like 6 o'clock and drove in an hour.
And how many family members are with
10.
you? And this is an interesting family. Obviously, you have an ethnic background. And when we showed you on CNN,
we got the message back coming from Pakistan telling us that we just saw you on the CNN.
So your family in Pakistan knows you're safe, knows you're okay, knows the kids are still being crazy.
They
like
want even evidence. And now we gave it to them, the evidence. You actually gave it to them that we are standing here.
Right. Well, we wish you luck. We wish you luck with you getting. You're almost there, right? You're almost there.
5.5 hours.
5.5 hours, Anderson. It's been an incredibly long wait. And just like where you are, we're feeling the increased wind. There was a rumble of thunder about an hour ago, but fortunately no rain. Hopefully they can process all these people just in the next couple of hours and get them inside and ready for Irma. Anderson?
And Drew, when you first got there, you were talking to a woman in line who had been separated from her mom. Her mom was 85 years old. They'd somehow gotten separated. They thought maybe she was further in the back of the line. How confusing is the situation? Are the people online getting information? Or are folks coming out and telling them what is going on or what the delays are?
Yeah, I got to tell you, the staff and the Sheriff's Department and the National Guard and the state troopers have been great. But they're all trying to deal with a situation that is quite frankly unmanageable at times because there are just so many people. Ambulances have been out here attending to people who have literally, Anderson, passed out in line, some of these people. And you can see, George, if you go up the line here on the left, these are all people who are waiting for their loved ones who are basically working the line for them. So you might see this fellow here who's in a walker with a couple in the back in a wheelchair. and folding chairs. They are waiting for their loved one to catch up with them. That's what happened to the 85-year-old woman. She finally was connected with her daughter. They are going to be okay, and they're going to be inside this shelter for Hurricane Irma.
And Drew, we're going to go to Bill Weir in a second.